All right, in order to solve this triangle, you got to use the law of sines. And for this one, we know we can use the law of sines because it has the angle and the opposite side. So that angle is opposite the side, that side is opposite the angle. If it has that, then you know you can use law of sines. Because if it has that, then you're going to be able to have a complete fraction. So we have 29 right there. Sorry, my screen's getting a little sticky, so I'm not writing as neat anymore. And then we have sine of b over 24, and then you have sine of c over, we'll do lowercase c, we'll put lowercase c right there. Alright, so which fraction do I have to use when I do cross multiplying? What? Yeah, the sine 82 fraction. You have to use that one in order to do cross multiplication. Which one of these can I not solve for yet? Which one can I not use? Yeah? Yeah, what's that? Yeah, the far right one, the c. Sine c, we can't do that fraction yet because that one has two variables in it. It has a capital C and a lowercase c. Now, they are different variables. It's kind of hard to tell, but one's capital, one's lowercase. So we can't use that one yet. So we go to this one and we do our cross multiplication right here. So we go 24. Is that 24? No, that's 29. 29 times sine b, so you have 29 sine b equals, and then you have 24 times sine 82. So you have 24, no, that looks like a 29. So 24 sine 82. Okay? Now, we're looking for b. So in order to find this b, we have to get that b alone. So to get that b alone, we have to get rid of the sine. We have to get it out of the sine, and we have to get rid of that 29. So think inverse operations. Now 29 is the last thing you would do to the b, so that's the first thing we're going to do right now to try to get rid of it. 29 is multiplying the sine. What's the inverse of multiply? Divide. So we have to divide. So we're going to divide by 29 right here, so that 29 is gone, and divide this side by 29. So now we're left with sine of b, and b is inside the sine. I like to put the parentheses there because it reminds me it's inside. They're not multiplying, it's inside. And so I have 24, and then sine of 82 all over 29. Ooh, now how do I get that b out of the sine?
Inverse sine.
Inverse sine. So I'm going to go sine right here with a -1, inverse sine of that. That'll get rid of the sine. Yay. That makes me happy. Makes you happy too. And then we do inverse sine of the other side. That little -1 means the inverse sine. And so now we have, let's clean it up. We have b equals sine to the -1, and inside that sine, that inverse sine, we got 24 times sine of 82 over 29. Craziness. Now when you guys do this in your calculator, work from the inside out. So start with the inside fraction. That way you don't make as many mistakes. And then do the inverse sine. So in your calculator, go 24 times sine of 82. Now some of you guys have the weird calculators. You have to put 82 in first and then press sine. And then after you do that multiplying, press equals. Then say divide by 29. After you divide by 29, you'll get an answer. Press equals. Then you're going to have to do the inverse. Okay, do the inverse sine. Make sure it says sine to the -1. Some of you guys might have really old calculators that say arc sine. That's the same thing. A-R-C. I'll write it. Arc sine. If you have that, that's the same as sine to the -1. The inverse of sine. Okay, what do you guys get? What's B? 55. What'd you get? 55? All right, did you rounded it already? Yeah? Yeah. Okay, so at 55 degrees, because it's a capital, it's an angle. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to put that in right here. Now technically I shouldn't say equals right here. Why shouldn't I say equals right there? Because it's rounded. Yeah, it's rounded. Because you rounded it, you should have the squiggly brackets or the squiggly equal sign, which means approximate. Okay, so that's one of our answers. Now it says solve the triangle, which means you have to find all the angles and all the sides. What would you try to find next?
Capital C?
Yeah, capital C. That sounds good. Find the other angle. How are we going to find the other angle? All angles inside of a triangle add up to? Yes, so I'm going to add these two together. I get 7 and 3 or 13, so I have 137. Go 180 minus 137. What do you guys get? 43. You guys good? I don't know. I'm not thinking about it. I'm hoping that I'm going to trust you guys. So we have 43 right here. And now we can take that 43 and we can plug it into the C right here. So I'll put 43 right here. Now I can solve for the missing side. Okay, I'm not going to... Okay, you can use this one. I had a student last period use that one because they know what B is. B is 55. And they put a 55 in there and they use that fraction to find the missing side. That works. But can anybody tell me what's the problem with that? Like, yeah?
Because it's already estimated.
Yeah. 55 is an estimation. That's an approximate. That's not. I mean, it's not estimation. It's approximation. It's approximately right. It's really close to the correct answer. We don't want to use approximate numbers in trying to find other numbers because then that means our new answer for the side C will be even more of approximation. So we want to use this one right here. Now, if you use this one on a test, I would have a really hard time giving you no credit for it because technically you're kind of still right. But it'd be better to use this one. Okay, so let's get all that green action out of there. Put you back. Let's clean it up. We have sine of 82 over 29. I just copied that right there. And then I got to write this guy. So that's equals sine of 43 over C. And then you do the same thing, cross multiplication. So at 29 times sine of 43, that's a cross like that, equals this way. So I have C times sine of 82. Ooh, a lot nicer though, because this time our C is not inside of the trig function. So C is multiplying to the sine of 82. What's the inverse of multiply? Divide. So we divide both sides by sine of 82, and then you get your approximate answer. So, what do you guys get? What'd you get? Look, 29?
20 rounded.
20 rounded? So it's approximately 20? You guys okay with that? Everybody agree? Because I didn't have a calculator. I didn't do it yet. You guys good? All right, fantastic.